Hello guys and welcome to Orwell, Ignorance is Strength. This is a sequel to the game Orwell that was made around October last year, I think it was. I haven't played it personally, but I've watched it, and it was really good. I've watched many a true nerd, a very good YouTuber. You should go subscribe to him because he's really good. And I really liked it, and I saw he did this, and I thought I'd just get it and play with it. So I probably should have done Orwell before this, but I might as well just go straight into this because I already know everything about the original Orwell, so it wouldn't be that fun for me. So let's go ahead and create a profile. Create. Congratulations, you have been selected for special duty. Please create a profile. Name. Dan, then. It's just the name I use for everything. I'll select a profile picture. Let's just use... No. Doesn't really matter, I don't think, so I'll just choose... Is that the only options available? Just choose... Yeah, I like that one the best. Next step. You may now enter your email address. Did you know you're the first acceptor? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Not our recording anyway. Please agree to the following terms. I am willing to severely affect the lives of citizens and non-citizens of the nation. I'll do whatever is necessary to keep the nation from harm, while working only adhere to the statutes and principles of the office. I agree to the terms stated above. Oh. Finish. Setting up profile. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Welcome, Agent. Thank you for heeding the call of the office. Agent and Investigator pairing. There are no investigators available by pairing at this time. Please refer to the regular Orwell program. Aptitude test. In order to qualify for special duty within Orwell, taking the aptitude test is mandatory. The test requires you to complete a set of tasks. Follow the on-screen instructions carefully and answer truthfully to the best of your beliefs. Note that an insufficient test result will disqualify you for special duty permanently. Next step. Drag and drop at least one of the highlighted statements, data chunks, into the answer sheet on the left of the screen. Note that your choices are permanent. Which of the following... what's the question? Which of the following statements are true to your attitude? I want to be a pioneer in the most advanced security program. I want to make the nation a safer place. I like spying on people. I want to protect people from harm. I'm in for the money. Probably I want to make the nation a safer place. I said yeah. Okay, this is going to be bad because my mouse is quite bad. Drag and drop data chunks into the answer sheet on the left of the screen. Note that your choices are permanent. Which of the following persons you would consider likely of having committed a crime? Do I have to answer? I'll do eeny meeny then. Eeny meeny miny mo. Catch your finger by its toe. If it squeals, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mum said to count up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there you go. It's nothing personal, but eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Next step. Drag and drop. Which of the following statements do you consider to be true, if any? Drag and drop things on the left of your screen. Note that your choices are permanent. An unjust law can and should be violated. There is no such thing as a justified lie. There are two sides to every story. A government should safeguard the citizens by any means necessary. Absolute truth exists. There are two sides to every story. Because there is. That's not a lie. That's true. Given the choice, would you prefer to have your medical record or your dating profile investigated? Medical record, because there's nothing really bad there anyway. Which information from your medical profile would you give to an investigator willingly? Size and weight, current fitness parameter, active prescriptions, past medical condition history, pictures of information from a full body scan. I have nothing to hide. Next step. Task 6. Your best friend boasts about having... Confronted with the situation below, which action would you take? Without saying anything... your best friend boasts about having been accepted into Orwell. Since you're working for Orwell yourself, you know that talking about your job is punishable by imprisonment. Without saying anything to my friend, I inform the national authorities at the next possibility. I warn my friend I am working for Orwell too, and I will have to inform the authorities if this continues. I feign ignorance by hitting my friend Togno at such a delicate job might not be advisable, or I do nothing about it. Probably this one, because then, like, I don't actually directly tell him that I work for Orwell. But, you know, I'm just, like, saying you might not want to say that, because you probably shouldn't. So, yeah, that one. Insufficient results. You failed the aptitude test. You'll be disqualified permanently. The officers rejected you as an agent for special duty due to your answers in the aptitude test. But if you ask for the test, you'll be reset and you'll be given another chance. Well, just a report, let me redo the test, or I cannot change my answers as they reflect my honest opinions. I accept the disqualification. I accept this disqualification. Because it's how I feel. I'm not going to change it just to get in.
Hello, O'Brien. Is that you?
I have to disappoint you.
Vhart? Raban Vhart? How? After all this time? I didn't think you...
Remember what you did? Again, I must disappoint you. I have not been blessed with a short memory.
Vhart, Raban, listen. It wasn't me. I don't know anything about what happened there. That's the truth.
Truth. See, I never had much regard for the Bible, but there's one remarkable, groundbreaking moment. Before being sentenced to death, Jesus goes on and on about being a witness for the truth. But Pilate defies him with the simplest of all questions. What is truth? It is this particular question I've been pondering over for a very long time now. How much of the information ending up on our screens every single day has passed through so many other minds before, each one with their own bias and agenda. It is all cut down to size, proportioned, ready to be consumed. And yet we greedily swallow it all in blissful ignorance, because our hunger is unending.
Stop the nonsense and get to the point. What do you want?
To ask you a question. What is truth?
I don't understand.
Now you're the disappointing one. You of all people should, Oleg Bakay. There is only one thing about truth that is certain. Truth is dead. As you soon will be.
What? Why? You? How did you manage? How? Vhart! Vhart!
Interesting. Oh, I just got goosebumps. So, what could that mean? So we got two names, Raban Vhart and Oleg Bakay, I think. Seems one was threatening the other. Episode 1, Thesis. Oh, there's more than one episode. Woo! I like this game. Well, this series of games. So you would accept disqualification just like that? You're either downright stupid or you're very loyal towards us. You might be exactly whom I need. My name is Ampleford. I'm part of a special division within the government. The office. I don't know why I don't know that. I mean, you're part of this country, probably. And now. We get called in for the delicate matters. A man called Oleg Bakay disappeared a couple of days ago. The last we heard of him was the call I just played to you. I have added a transcript of that dialogue to your reader tool. You can read it again or listen to the recording. When you're done, open the unknown person profile on the left. Okay. All right. So essentially, yeah. Raban Vhart is threatening. Or is it? Oleg Bakay, yeah. So unknown person. So I guess. So I see that you're not paired with an investigator. I guess I better walk you through some of the basics then. Within Orwell, you take the role of the investigator. Mind you, you're not a regular investigator though, but rather an agent on special duty. Your main task is to search online documents and extract relevant pieces of data called data chunks. Those data chunks appear in a multitude of documents, but will always relate to our investigation target in some way. In our case, that is target. In our case, the target is Bakay. For starters, upload Oleg Bakay's name from the transcript to the file by dragging it into the profile on the left. Okay, Oleg Bakay. Thank you. Good. This profile is now primed on Oleg Bakay. Now other data chunks related to this person might appear. Check this transcript for newly found data. Oh, fuck's sake! For newly found data chunks. Truth is dead, as you soon will be. Unrelated junk. That's enough thing to say, isn't it? We take that as a death threat, as did the National Beholder. Now, whenever you upload Data check Orwell will search for online documents with related content and add them to your bookmarks. So. Is anti-Cassat blog involved in Pargesian soldiers' disappearance? The National Beholder is the most respectable news site in the nation. You may browse their headlines freely to get informed. The recording of the call you heard ended up in their newsroom. Why? That's a piece of the puzzle we're missing right now. However, this article is a good starting point for our investigation on Oleg Bouquet. To proceed, please adapt his picture and profession. Recorded call indicates direct involvement of blog The People's Voice in the disappearance of Pargesian army officer Oleg Bouquet. That. As you see, Oleg Bouquet is an important figure in the Parges army. At our neighbouring country, we are very concerned about his fate. Trilith/Bonton, an audio recording of a phone conversation between Pargesian army officer Oleg Bouquet and Raban Vhart was leaked to the National Beholder late Monday evening. Raban Vhart is known as the editor-in-chief and founder of the highly controversial blog The People's Voice. In the ominous recording, which has been verified by experts, the editor directly threatens the officer, claiming that Bouquet would be dead soon. In the light of Bouquet's recent disappearance, experts have developed a theory that the blog might be directly involved or may otherwise have incited the incident. The fact that the recording was leaked by an anonymous source to the National Beholder has been interpreted as a direct threat to the Cassat administration of Parges and their alliance with the nation, which the blog openly and aggressively opposes. Okay, let's open this then. Raban Vhart, create a new profile, Raban Vhart. Thank you. Raban Vhart, that's the name that Oleg Bouquet mentioned during the call. As you see, a new profile has been added, but since Vhart isn't a target person, Orwell will not search for related documents. Let's focus on Bouquet for the moment. We'll get back to Vhart in a second. Okay, thank you. Wait, time's going up. Weird. Okay, and let's upload his profile picture. One related document found. Not exactly the most tender spot, but that's not what we're here for after all. What do we get here? Pargesian army, file Bouquet Oleg. Captain Oleg Bouquet. Rank Captain. Call sign Agent. You may have noticed by now that for every data check you upload, 10 minutes of time passed due to Orwell's extensive search algorithms. The events around us will unfold whether or not we are making progress on the case. Keep this in mind. Oh yeah, I said the time was going up. I didn't know it was going up by 10 minutes every time we uploaded one though. Okay, call sign Janus. Janus, how fitting. He still goes by this call sign. I'm granting you access to our database, which you should have a look at. You'll understand it better after you see the files. Give me a minute, I still got loads of uploading. Time served 2006 to today. Affiliation 1st Infantry Division Brava. Specialization Field Artillery Officer. Medals Medal of Honor. 2006 volunteered for military service. 2006 basic combat training completed. 2006 assigned for protection of Brava from the ongoing threat through anti-government group Forces of True Parges during Brava Civil War. So he's a veteran then. Veteran of the Civil War. A bloody mess, that Civil War. Parges has suffered a great deal from it. So did the nation. Promoted to Corporal in 2007. 2008 promoted to Sergeant. 2008 awarded Medal of Honor for saving civilians. Oh yes, Oleg Bouquet is a paragon of honor. Wounded in combat. 2010 he was wounded from combat, officially absent from service. 2012 he returned, reinstated as captain by privileged command. 2015 in charge of 1st Division Brava. 2017 worked with 1st Law Enforcement Battalion of the Army of the Nation, training local forces in Brava. Okay. Search database. Please insert well, yes, we are in fact worried about our relationship with Parges because of Bouquet. You'll see the whole truth is more complex. As you see, as you're not a simple investigator, you have access to an Orwell build designed to meet the specific needs of the office. We can utilize the data stored in the profile editor on the left to circumvent certain restrictions that would otherwise bar us from making progress. Make good use of this ability within our database, and the data stored in Bouquet's profile so far to solve my little mystery. Okay, call sign, huh? So I need his military call sign then. Janus. Oh, I had to drop it in there. Oh. A bit more context then. You did it. Well done. I'll leave you to your well-deserved info for a moment to truly understand why this case is so precarious. File YR3W56. Janus. Full name Oleg Bakay. Call sign Janus. Date of birth May 4th, 1979. Stuff like that. Nationality Pargesian? I don't know. Stuff like that as well. Address redacted. Department redacted. Assignment confidential informant as officer of the Pargesian army. Oh, I'll upload that last. Upload. Luckily, Bakay is using one of our registered phone device to communicate with us. It seems to be online right now. You can access it using the Insider tool, which I will unlock for you now. I will in a moment. Note, tends to use names of people close to him as passwords. This has been strongly discouraged, but so far ignored by the subjects. Of course we did inspect and observe the habits of our agents. What did you expect? Assignment confidential informant as officer of the Pargesian army. Yes, Bakay is our informant, placed inside the Pargesian army for years, now vanished into thin air. You surely grasp the danger of this post should it ever come out. Yeah. We need to retrieve him. We need to understand what happened and then possibly retrieve him, or contain the damage. To get to the bottom of this, we'll have to investigate the person who called him last, Raban Vhart. You already found a trace stream before on the Beholder. I'll turn Vhart into a target person now. Time to pick up from here. Okay, Insider? Desktop. Oh. Of course, Bakay has locked this phone with our own encryption tool. I'm afraid not even Orwell can break that. You'll have to do this old-fashioned way by finding and applying Bakay's key. See if you can find a hint to discover his password. You may have to dig a little deeper to uncover it though, so it might be advisable to check out for resources first. Yes, ma'am, I think. That's the right words. Okay, Bakay Oleg, is there stuff in here? No. But in here there is, because it said about Raban Vhart is known as the editor-in-chief and founder of the highly controversial blog The People's Voice. One related to The People's Voice, we have heard of them. This preposterous news site has people rallying for protests in Parges for years. Judging by that call, Raban Vhart and Oleg Bakay seem well acquainted, even if it isn't the most friendly relationship apparently. Jaskier is twofold agent. First and foremost, we have to locate Oleg Bakay. Then in order to understand whether Vhart is behind Bakay's disappearance, we need to find out what connects the two in the first place. Home. The nation burns again! One more thing before I let you roam freely. Remember that we are bound to the division of the powers defined by the Ethical Codex. All is designed in such a way that not one person alone can look at the documents and interpret the data to make a judgment! Come on, brain. I am the one who decides what to do with said information and to take action. The advisor. You, on the other hand, are the one doing the searching for data as well as deciding what to upload, as you will often find misleading and false information. Try disabling data chunks to seem illegitimate or unimportant to you in the data chunk information window. You're now leaving charted territory as far as I am concerned, and I have to rely on the data you upload to make my calls. Doubt anything you read, especially when it comes to the People's Voice. Don't give me wrong info to work with. I'm counting on you. Wait, what? Let's go back to the National Beholder. We go home? Yeah. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills free. Wait a second. No, that's what happens in the first game. So the events are going simultaneously. Oh my god, that's so awesome! Yeah, that they get Duncan scene free. The what's free? Yeah. Oh my god, that's so awesome! Okay, yeah, let's go back to this then. The nation burns again! 3 people are murdered because of blamed incompetence. But guess who will be blamed? Blood runs the street of the nation as it sees itself confronted with the next big act of terror. Right in its heart, the capital Bonton. 3 people have been brutally massacred right into the government's ever so watchful eye, and much to the surprise of all media outlets. It didn't surprise me, not one bit. Why do you have so much capital letters? You all know it, even though no one dares to speak out. The nation, its corrupt leadership, and all of their deluded flock who elected them carry the weight of the Freedom Plaza bombing victims upon their shoulders. Their false promises of safety have finally been unmasked for what they really are. A means to put themselves in power and upload their reign of terror. What a farce this country is. Thanks to the People's Voice and our efforts to get the facts out. Oh yeah, also I should probably just upload these. Thanks to the people. Raban Vhart seems like a real charmer after all that. After all that the officers learned about him, which is not overly surprising after that phone call, I guess. He won't stop exploiting the sorts of misfortune of the nation for his own ends. This moment isn't any different. Thanks to the people's voice and our efforts to get the facts out to the people, the situation in the nation has recently been rather calm. Still, there is no doubt the head puppet master, Blaine, will point his finger towards us, Pargesians. Exactly this has been happening for years, dating all the way back to the so-called incident in 2008, when the entire Pargesian people were blamed by the party. Here's what I say to that. As long as Blaine and Cassart remain in power, the best thing the nation can do is what it's actually doing right now. Burning down to the ground! I hope you like my over-dramatization with all the shouting. That's how I imagine you people would read that, though, with all the capital letters. I don't trust any news with capital letters like that. Oh, please. Please, please, I remember asking you explicitly not to give me any information to work with. How does that statement look to you? Does it look legitimate? Perhaps pick news as an agent wasn't the best choice after all. What? Oh yeah, don't upload everything. President Puppet stops re-election plans. Alright. Oh yeah, I can't get rid of that now. Rejoice! Re-elections at last! This was your thinking last week as much as it was mine. Finally, years of torment will come to an end. But no! All of a sudden, President Puppet has taken a big step back from the promise to hold re-elections. Now he acts like he never even knew it was expected! Let alone that he is the one who announced it to the public. He must either be suffering from a severe case of dementia, or simply be a liar! Does President Cassart think we're downright stupid? How does he even dare? We are not blind, we are not deaf. For all we know, Cassart is being controlled by the nation's shady administration. We will oppose this! President Puppet, I've seen the memes before. The nation would have zero factual benefit from control over Parges. I guess we're treading into territory where facts aren't given any weight. Cassart and their... Oh look, blabber. Cassart and his puppeteer Blaine must be held accountable for their repeated crimes against the Pargesian people. They have betrayed and bled our poor country for far too long. This is a call to arms. Stand up and march the streets of Triflif tomorrow. Updates on the Spiral Blabber account at People's Voice. Unrelated document found. And he said, let there be riots! And there were riots. How did this man gain such an immense influence over his followers? I need to go back. About us. Oh, Raban Vhart. There you go, there's a profile picture. Can I click on him? No. The people... I'm not going to upload that because they might cut the funding, and I don't want to cut the funding. Oh, there's his email. Let's just disable that. Very good, this will allow you to save his work email for the listener tool. Once Raban Vhart receives an email and sends one through that account, you'll be notified and be able to read it. Oh, also, I can't go through his past emails. Just disable that. Shit, she'll never know. Shh. Blabber. Oh, notifies me what you just encountered a conflicted data chunk. I have a feeling this will be a bit more frequent thing from now on. If all deems the contents of two data chunks to be contradictory, it will notify you by flagging them as conflicted. You'll have to make a choice. Which one of the conflicted data chunks to upload, or to upload neither. When uploading a conflicted data chunk, the one you leave behind will be marked as invalid forever, so please be vigilant. Ooh, this article is ridiculous propaganda. Mainstream media have been manipulating your thoughts since the dawn of humanity. Since the dawn of humanity. Are you stupid? The dawn of humanity was like 10,000 years. Well, no more than that. It was like, well, I mean, if you go back to the 80s, it's millions years ago. But mainstream media hasn't been around for that long. Jesus Christ. Use mainstream media as an enemy. Now that's a classic one. Demonetize the free press, straight from the dictator's guide to supreme rule. Time to get rid. Oh yeah, let me just go back. Where is it? Like, showing reactions to his anti-Cassart blog involved in Gessian soldier's disappearance. So first one was, one thing is certain, Oleg Bacay will certainly not be missed. Then she said, at Survivor 94, what did you mean when you said Oleg Bacay would not be missed? Did you retire him? This is a misunderstanding. I am not happy either that Oleg Bacay has gone missing. The soldier is not the one to blame here. I'm just gonna upload this one because I'm gonna throw them off his trail. He isn't happy about Oleg's disappearance? How come I don't buy it? Why yes, of course, death threat and the phone call, that's why. Oh well, you can go fuck yourself. Discussions, what have you done, Raban? Sounds like they're accusing us of having kidnapped or killed this man. What have you done to Oleg Bacay, Raban? Tell us the truth! Let's not jump to conclusions. I am sure that Raban can offer an explanation. I'm starting to doubt whether TP, the People's Voice, represents what I stand for. We sell ourselves as a blog for the Pargesian people, defending their rights and protecting their freedom. As part of that, it is our duty to criticize the Pargesian government and the military as a prime target. However, I never signed up to be labelled as a criminal. We don't threaten people, we don't kidnap people, and we certainly do not kill people. Calm down, Shannon. Since when do you believe what the National Beholder prints? They only try to fame us. I have nothing to do with Bacay's disappearance. Did I call him? Sure. Did I get a little aggressive? I did. You see, Bacay and I, we have a history. Yeah, there you go. Now he's admitted to actually getting violent. Raban Vhart mixes truth and lie adeptly to trick people. Take whatever he publishes with a grain of salt, as there are typically few truths. Be very, very careful when dealing with him, Agent. I have to rely solely on you. Before we left Parges, Bacay had his mindset on joining the Pargesian army. He asked me to take care of his 14-year-old daughter, and I said yes. But soon after, instead of returning to his daughter, I learned he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. Then, all of a sudden, he returns and ranks up to an officer in the army, and very soon he works for the nation's government in some way. However, I would have nothing to do with the disappearance, and would never kidnap or kill a man. Do not believe the lies of the National Beholder. Yeah, this is just... upload that. Unrelated document found. Ah, I see. The two know each other back from where they lived in Parges. Well done, Agent. Thank you. With the basic connection between the two clarified, our in-depth research in the lead-up to this phone call can now begin. I need you to investigate and upload anything that you think is relevant and accurate about the background of these two. Discard anything else. From what you gather, I'll put together a theory about what happened and what we're going to do about it. At the very least, we need a solid motive for Raban Vhart making this threat to Oleg Bacay and an explanation as to how Vhart contacted him on his protected phone. If you need to keep track of your objectives, click on the Orwell eye in the upper left corner of the screen or press escape. Find a motive for... Okay. So, what have we got now? Fred, what are you planning on doing against FTPP? It's a Civil War group, yeah. Jillian Lavara. My family and I are thinking about leaving Prava. We have been living in this beautiful town for generations and do not want to leave, but since the FTP started the Civil War, we do not feel safe here anymore. What are you planning on doing against them? Mayor Grabovac. Dear Miss Lavora, the administration of Prava is currently in contact with officials of the Pargesian army in order to get some troops to protect the town from the FTP. There is not much else we can do at the current time, so we ask you to stay in a safe place and remain as calm as possible given the circumstances. Thomas Sharon. This is a joke, right? Keep calm? People are dying out there! Mrs. Toscola. My greatest concern is the well-being of my children. They both attend Prava Secondary, but I'd rather make them stay at home during times like this. Especially since I already lost my husband, who died serving in the Pargesian army. But teachers at Prava Secondary have been strongly urging me to let them go to school. How do you plan on protecting our schools, Mayor Grabovac? This is the most important issue right now. Raban Vhart. I sincerely understand your concerns, Ms. Toscola. As a school's principal, I will therefore consider our options on how to protect the schools and Prava Secondary in particular. Thomas Sherman. That might explain his preachy attitude. I don't believe you. Everyone here keeps talking about how we are supposed to change things in Prava, but no one ever takes action. We are going to leave Prava and Parges. Goodbye, folks. It has been really mediocre to know you. Leave Parges? And that is how you abandon not only your hometown, but your own home country. And go where? The nation? This pitiful stretch of land. Never! Oh yeah. Oh. I'm gonna upload that one, because he did it soon. He did it sooner. Is that so? Doesn't exactly account for his loyalty to us. Maybe he's double agent. Believe me, you'd be better off dying as a loyal citizen of Parges than as an inferior renegade. In fact, I've devised my own way how to protect Prava and ensure that I'm a true Pargesian patriot. I'm going to volunteer for the Pargesian army and fight to free this country from the plague known as the FTP. Seriously, Oleg, you have a daughter! She's only 11-year-old and she needs you! Please don't make any hasty decisions right now. Besides, if I may dare to say so, I do think that the FTP is fighting for the wrong causes. Maybe with the wrong methods? After all, I don't believe Kasat will be doing us any good. Any good considering how he rose to power. And mind you, Kasat's ties to the nation are more than fishy. Terrorists. Fits the picture. Mind you, Raban, please don't tell me you're a terrorist sympathizer now. That's for my daughter Radka. Ooh, that will be useful. You have been one of her biggest role models for years now. You know her well and she loves your classes. May I boldly ask you to take care of her while I am gone? I'm not a terrorist sympathizer, Oleg, and I am certainly not on their side. All I'm saying is that you should try thinking a bit more critically towards this government of ours. Regarding Radka, I do not approve of you leaving her like that, and I'm also not a Pargesian army sympathizer, by the way. But if you truly wish to choose this path and join the army, I will not let you and her down. Thank you, I really appreciate this. We do have a disagreement sometimes, but you are a good person and a good teacher, Raban. But I got a daughter's name. Where is it? I have a daughter named Radka. There you go. Because I said people close to her. Orwell reports you have opened the encryption for a case device. Open sesame. Good work. Oh, sesame. Sesame. I think. I don't know. Good work, agent. That will aid us greatly. So, call history. Vhart Raban. Ooh, we got his phone number now. Thank you. Perfect. With this number, we can track Raban's calls to and from his mobile phone within the listener tool. Ooh, unknown person calling Vhart. Tune in.
Karen, my love.
Hey.
Having a good day?
Yeah. So far so good. I called to tell you I'll be home late today. I'm sorry.
Again? They don't pay you enough for all the time you give them.
It's not about payment, and you know that. These people rely on me. They need me.
Yeah? Well, I need my wife at home with me some of the time. Am I asking for too much?
Raban, not so long ago you were among them. You have been in their position.
Yes, I know that. So was Illya, so were the others. Yet none of us were national soldiers responsible for invading and ravaging countries. If it weren't for them driving refugees out in the first place, why, we wouldn't need these camps.
This again? We talked about this multiple times.
I'm well aware that this extra time you spend there is for her, isn't it?
Raban, she is... I'm worried, that's all. She's more reclusive now than ever. Something isn't right.
One more reason to avoid her.
You want me to cherry-pick who deserves my assistance and who doesn't? All people get the same treatment, the same attention. That's my mandate. I thought you loved that about me.
I do. You're right. Of course you are. You always are. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, are you good with me getting home late tonight then?
I am.
Thank you.
I will be waiting for you.
No, don't wait. It might get late.
Well, I can hardly go anywhere else.
You shouldn't say things like that. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
See you.
Okay. We got some good information from that. See, thinks believes the army of the nation invaded and ravaged Parges. Invasion? Our efforts in Parges were justified operations to restore and keep the peace. And we succeeded, if I might add that. He has a wife, Karen Vhart. He said Karen, I know what he said there. Makes me wonder how it must feel to be married to this guy. Anything else? thing is though, who's she? Who's she? I'm confused. Anyway. Ooh, revised article. Hey Raban. I finished revising the article you sent me and scheduled it for 3 PM like you asked. Don't know if I'll be available for another one. I'm going to be a bit occupied tonight. Maybe I can spare Maybe I can spare some time remotely if I get a chance. One more thing is, this PK thing is getting ugly. Lots of TNB believers are flooding the national beholder believers are flooding us with threats on Blabber. Did you read any of that? Creep me out, you know. I'd go to any length with you. Just like when we moved to the nation. You're my brother. Nothing can change that. It's even fine if you're not telling me the whole truth. That about Karen, they even insult her. She doesn't deserve to be treated that way. Don't you think it's about time you gave out a statement? You can easily debunk these lies. Oh yeah. A journey. We said goodbye to our dear home, see you on the other side. It's been about a week since I started the journey from my hometown Parava to the borders of the nation, together with my brother Illya, who is the only family that I have left. I've decided to seek a new life elsewhere. We've lost everything, our workplaces, our homes, and many of our friends. I even lost my ability to walk. What? In a wheelchair. It's weird. No, I mean, not weird, it's just I didn't... Yeah, like, this generally surprises me. How did that happen? Looks like you are getting your chance to investigate a medical profile, even if it's not your own like in the aptitude test. Excuse me, that's a bit rude. The situation in Parges is horrible. I do not and will never understand it. People can treat each other like this. This is our home country and we never wanted to leave, but now we have been expelled and could not be more heartbroken to witness what is happening in the country, where we spent our childhood, learned, lived and loved. Will life really be better in the nation? We do not know, especially since the most important national news outlet recently published articles suggesting Pargesian refugees to be likely terrorists. All we can do is hope that these prejudices are not what the people of the nation stand for. We'll soon find out. Okay, entry. Okay, Central Medical Database. Entry ID 189097654. Provider Lauren Fitzgerald, MD, Bonton. Date recorded February 11th, 2011. Patient name Raban. Patient number 01189999801. Sex male. Date of birth August 15, 1972. Address currently residing in Outer Bonton Reception Camp. He doesn't live there though. So this was like 6 years ago. I'm not going to add that. Let's just disable that because we know that's not true. The most severe symptoms described by the patient are back and pain sting in the lower back area, as well as tingling and occasional complete loss of sensation in the legs. The patient reacts extremely aggressively upon questioning about his condition and is very reticent regarding the exact description of the event that led to his injury. Patient is accompanied by his brother, Mr. Illya Vhart, who offered a more detailed explanation, stating that Raban had been buried by concrete blocks for at least 24 hours following the bombing of a school building in his hometown Parava. Oh. Oh no, that's kind of sad actually. What? Buried and he survived this? A detailed examination of the patient's legs revealed that there is no reaction to any sensation of touch, heat or cold whatsoever. An examination of the lungs also showed difficulty of breathing and frequent coughing. The patient is not able to walk on his own and is currently being supported by his younger brother. Diagnosis: the patient's injury resulted in trauma to the spinal cord and ultimately in paralysis of the lower limbs, paraplegia. A respiratory infection due to weak chest and abdominal muscles is also suspected. Since the patient's condition results in incapability of him moving independently, a request to Bonton Reception Camp Administration for financing of an MWC, manual wheelchair for the patient, has been filed. In addition, the patient is prescribed hydrocodone for reduction of nerve pain to be taken by mouth every 12 hours, and benzyl penicillin, 250 mg oral application every 6 hours for at least 5 days in treatment of respiratory infection. Headlines. You're in the headlines. Explosion at... yeah, this is the events of the first game! It's weird. Explosion at Inducted University campus kills two students. Is there a connection to yesterday's assault? Maybe. Arrival. We finally made it, the glorious nation where we were hoping to be able to live a normal life, away from the fear and danger that our home country is now plagued with. Unfortunately, what we found upon arrival in the nation does not seem to be a lot better. We're assigned to the Outer Bonton reception camp as a temporary solution. They do not seem to know what to do with us. Yeah. Connection established.
Illya Vhart speaking.
Brother,
Oh, hey, Raban. I didn't expect you to call. I'm getting ready for work.
I'll be brief. I need your abilities as my co-writer. You must write me an article.
Right now, is it important?
It is.
What do you want me to write about?
There has been a second assault in Bonton, at Stelligan University.
Another one? Oh, wow. They really have got a situation here, don't they?
We need to cover it. Draw attention to how the government is failing its people.
I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to pull it off at work. I feel like they're watching me already.
Do you stand with me, brother? Or has the nation's corruption and wealth finally swayed your sympathies?
Raban, I stand with you. I've told you this.
Then I have faith in you, brother.
Are you preparing a statement about these threats? This has to stop. Are you gonna say something?
Yes.
Ah, great. Finally.
And it is going to be the most remarkable statement I have ever made. The destruction of the cooperation between Cassett and Blaine.
Destruction? How?
Patience, brother. It won't be long now. Take care of the article.
Okay, I will do my best to get it done for you. Give me about an hour for the draft. I'll put it in the back end.
Good. I'll be waiting. Until later.
Yeah, until then.
So, about 3:30 we'll get that. So, he intends to destroy the cooperation between Cassett and Blaine. Those are the two leaders, I think. I guess the Prime Minister, like... Ha! Got a little hubris going, haven't we? No such thing will happen. Cassett and Blaine working together is the best thing that could have happened to Parges. Why destroy it? Where's the co-writer? There you go. Revised. No. Okay. Can we go inside? Oh yeah. Oops. Yeah, let's go back to his phone. We're warning. I feel that my cover might have been blown, and I expect Raban Vhart to be behind it. If this is true, this could seriously hurt us. Oh no, wrong profile. Or like okay. I'm now proceeding to He created one as a Vhart compromised his cover. How could Vhart have done that? How did he know? Keep looking for an answer. There must be something we haven't found out about this mess yet. I'm now proceeding according to the protocol for a situation like this. Moving to secret location in order to conceal my whereabouts. Maybe he's actually working for the What the hell is that supposed to mean? Hiding? You mean voluntarily? There was no plan which included going and hiding anyway. Anywhere. Gallery. Picture of when he's in the army. And books. Okay. Eye trace. Surveying location to the last 24 hours. Current location 22 Tesla Road, 6074 Prava. But that's back in Parges. Prava? Oleg Bakir is in his former hometown. Peculiar. Why is he hiding out there? Rather from whom? Raban Vhart? Excellent work. We will retrieve Oleg Bakir once we have a clear picture as to why he's gone missing in the first place. And what that call meant. And then contacts. No? Okay. The most hilarious thing about this is that the Mirror of the Nation is telling its citizens a completely different story. They write about how openly we are welcomed, how we finally have a safe haven with free food, accommodation, and friendly people. Reality is the complete opposite. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm more than thankful for being able to escape the terrible threat of war in our country. But the situation in the camp is simply dehumanizing, I think. It's American, so we have S's in Britain. We are being denied basic human rights. Food and bathrooms are rare, and fights over both are common. The only ray of hope is our social worker, Karen, who seems to be the only one around here who really cares. She does everything possible to help us, and seeing her once a week is one of the few things keeping me going right now. Despite the hardships, we have sworn not to give up. We owe it to our people to make the situation here public, and also tell the people of the nation what is really going on here. Safe havens for refugees. I've decided to use this blog to publish facts, and facts only about the war on Parges. So he seems to be, getting... He seems to be a lot calmer when you're writing about there. Raban Vhart married as a science social worker. Do you find this as odd as I do? Not really. National immigration. Where's the... News. There you go. Latest news report states that the troops of terrorist group FTP are getting closer to Prava, which made many parents raise concerns about sending their children to school. Therefore, to ensure the safety of pupils and teachers, the school administration requested protection by the Pargesian army. Despite of the situation remaining tense in our beloved... Wait, army protection for school? Seriously? Things must have been bad, or someone must have been really worried. Despite of the situation remaining tense in our beloved community of Prava, Mr. Vhart said to keep the lessons going and is determined to provide ongoing education to our students. We ensure your children's safety at Prava Secondary School, the principal stated. Education is one of the highest valued assets that we have, and we will not give it up because of a meaningless war that is designed to frighten us and keep us from living our lives, he continued. 27th of June 2010. Due to current events related to the war, the school administration has now decided to provide a protective hideout from combat activities by upgrading our library to a completely autonomous shelter situated in the basement of the school. Since it lies a few feet underground, it is an appropriate shelter against an autonomous shelter at school. Seems a bit overprotective if you ask me, but then again, considering I thought about getting the army for protection, this pales in comparison. Since it lies a few feet underground, it is an appropriate shelter against the horrors of war that your children should never be exposed to. We'll continuously do our best to provide a safe space for children and families in these exceedingly difficult times. Yeah, they're suffering child daycare. School attendance of many pupils has been recently decreasing. Basically, they just opened that child daycare. Nikki Benetton wins Prava Secondary School annual math contest. The school administration has to announce this year's winner of our annual math. Yeah, that's not relevant. Faculty. Oh, I like that photo a bit better. And he teaches English and philosophy. Once more, the innocent will be punished. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah. The assault on Silicon University is a terrible crime that only the innocent will suffer the consequences. What do they want? These terrorists, they now want to promote terror, to cause public outrage, fear and societal unrest. They want the people of the nation to live in fear, and more specifically, they want to use this fear against the people! It's not for me to speculate who might have caused these terror attacks, but one thing is certain, the Pargesian people will be blamed, and are the ones who are going to suffer, especially the ones living in the nation, no matter what their citizenship status is, what hardships they might have suffered themselves already from the national exploitation of their own country, no matter how much prejudice and hate they've already faced in the nation. These are the people who are going to suffer, not the real perpetrators. Welcome to a fair and just developed country where everyone gets what they deserve. Welcome to national justice. But, you know, faculty, the address time of the teachers, and mission. Is there a date? Was there a date? No. Okay. Records of attendance. What was that? Immigrant thing. National Immigrant Database. Social Security number. Issued upon arrival 632-874-002. Date of birth. Already got that. Sex male. Pargesian. Prava. Secondary school teacher. None. UIDs of personal device. Notebook. PC 94749-0665. Excellent, with that we'll be able to get a glimpse directly into the lion's den and properties for data on our targets. Relatives and country of origin, none. Date of registration, February 6, 2011. Registered by Grady Johnson, Brother B border checkpoint. Well, right after the safety bill came into effect, bad timing for their point of view, I guess. Procedure assigned out a Bonton reception camp. Insider? Desktop. The people's voice, speaking out loud what needs to be said. Freedom Plaza to do. Okay. System, browser history. Pargesian Patriots, Kasar awards bravest soldiers. National Beholder is yeah. Oleg Bakay Pargesian Army. Operation Flying Dog. Operation Flying Dog is a document about how the Pargesian soldier Oleg Bakay was arrested by soldiers of the nation after an incident during the Civil War, only to be released again and placed as a spy within the Pargesian army. Well, we now know how he knew that! The document shows that the administration of the national government pulled strings inside the Pargesian army in order to enforce their power in Parges. Damn it! I knew he must have been revealed. This changes everything. Bakay's secret is out, and that's how Vhart came across the info. But this alone doesn't appear to be enough of a motive. Agent, I hate to say it, but this new perspective on the situation, we have to put Bakay's loyalty into question. Find any hints on a possible disloyalty of our agent towards us, you need to let me know immediately. Sure. No, they know. Is there anything? No. Okay, anything else we can do? Trash. I took to my appreciation for your blog. I found something that you might be very interested in, Raban. I've done some digging for the documentation, and there wasn't even a phone number of investigation to this guy, Oleg Bakay, +77 200 16589. The number of Bakay's protective officer phone is out there. This cannot be happening! This is how Raban Vhart reached him, and who knows how many other people have this info now. This is a complete disaster! Oh, I like this! This is really fun! Your fan, David Jones. Well, we're gonna need to find that son of a bitch. Upload complete. A fan. Cute. Anything else? Pictures. Prava secondary rugby team.jpg. Here you go. Pictures. Kamid. Oh, that's like. Oh, that's where he like lived probably. Bakay medal. Has been talking to President Kassat directly. Upload. What? He talked to Kassat directly and didn't inform us? Damn it! I'll have to assume the show's still loyalty towards us, otherwise he would have reported that in. Bakay deal? Cooperate with Oleg Bakay at a school. A deal at a school? What about? Probably protection. Philosophy class? No, I can't just keep wasting time on that. Oh yeah, look, it shows him he's in a wheelchair. Desktop. That was it, right? Yeah. Reader? No. People's reaction to... People's voice. Never would have thought you'd go this far. I always knew you were crazy, but kidnapping soldiers just to get some PR for your dumb blog is completely mad. I am not responsible for the disappearance of Oleg Bakay. Besides, this man is no angel either. I have reason to believe he's involved in this horrid attack on my school back in 2010. I know that he was one of the people in charge during this private school attack since. Knowing that would happen, he did not let his daughter attend that day. He can't work solely on what Raban Vhart believes, though. We need to clarify whether... I knew that he was one of the people in charge during the private school attack since, knowing that that would happen, he did not let his daughter attend that day. What the hell? So you've just started threatening Pargesian soldiers now? I hope you don't expect me to feel pity for Vhart. I don't. Tell us the truth about what happened to Oleg Bakay. #save Bakay. What did you mean? Yeah, we read this. Reblabbers. An unsung hero that you need to know about. My brother is a hero and this article will prove it to you. We have not been maintaining this blog for a while. I would like to renew it by telling a story. The story of an unsung hero that you simply need to know about. The story of a person who never got the credit he deserves. Which I will now change. It is the article of my brother Raban, who wrote most of our previous articles for this blog. Raban has told you about a long and troublesome journey from Parges to the nation, about how we had to live in a refugee camp for an inhumanely long time under terrible conditions, and about why we had to leave our beloved hometown. You, my dear readers, have in a way been on this journey with us, but he has never told you about the fact that he lost his ability to walk during the terrible events in Parges. He he has not told you about why he made this sacrifice and what a true hero he really is. Raban is not a man who likes to share his personal stories, but I have decided that it's time, especially if you are a reader from our home country Parges. You ought to know this about my brother. The incident that finally forced us to leave Parges was a tragedy, especially in the eyes of my brother. Prava Secondary School, the school that Raban was teaching at, and had in fact helped to build with his own 2 hands, was bombed to the ground. A place of learning, a place of safety, a place that Raban had always offered to Pargesian children the opportunity of a good education, was nothing more than smouldering rubble. During the bombings, most of the children from Raban's 6th grade class had been trapped in the school garden shed, as they had not been able to make it to the safety of the library, which they had been using as a bomb shelter. Guess what everyone told him to do? Raban ran out of the shed and saved these children from certain death in this hellish attack. He did not rest until every one of them was safe in the library, saving himself while risking his own life. Now I see why his followers treat him like a religious figure. Well, Agent, I think it has been completed already that Raban Vhart is only a shadow of his former self. His actions today are what matters. He had not made it. No, he did not rest until every one of them was safe in the library. Without his brave escort, they would not have made it to the shelter, where they were able to wait in safety until the bombing was finally over. The shed was destroyed only minutes later, but Raban himself, he had not made it safely back before the bombs dropped. He was buried under rubble for almost a day, clinging to his bare life until we finally discovered him, but he had paid a high price, his ability to walk. I cannot tell you how much I admire my brother for so much bravery, and although I know that he would never permit me to write this article, I have decided that you, your readers, simply need to know this. Pretty good. Home. Yeah. Crime statistics. No, there's nothing there. I know I could probably read it, but I don't think I'll be bothered. I don't think really all that you need to know about. Wow, just wow, you're a true hero, Pargesian hero, refugee, save Parges. I only did what I had to do. The FTP should pay for this. It was them who were responsible for this horrible attack. The explosion which cost the school principal. Mr. Vhart was injured on Monday, December 6, 2010. Okay, that's the thing I needed. Where's the school? Where's the school? Where's the school? Records of attendance. Injury record. There you go. List of attendees. 8th grade. His daughter was present. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, this is obviously the information, though, because this comes from the official website. Wait a second. If the kid's daughter was present, then we can't be pretty certain. We can be pretty certain that he wasn't involved in the attack. With Vhart as her caretaker, he must have been aware, meaning there must be more behind Vhart's approach. We've gathered all we need. I'll get an information team ready from a local base near Prava to go and look for Barkley. Okay, they're on their way. Now let me try and make sense of everything we've gathered. I need to decide how we should approach this. Raban Vhart was a school principal back in Prava, Parges. He was also the teacher of Oleg Bakay's daughter, who went to fight in the Pargesian army. The school was destroyed by a fire of unknown origin. Vhart managed to save the students by leading them to the shelter he built, but he lost his ability to walk. The info we've collected, it's unlikely Bakay had anything to do with the attack. Vhart blames him regardless, probably because he found out Bakay is a national agent through a leak. A leak which Oleg Bakay presumably caused himself. Well, this boy a fool. Now Bakay is howling out somewhere in Prava for whatever reason. This is it, the fear about the situation we're feeling. We'll make sure to deal with it accordingly. Tune in.
Echo 1 reporting. Come in, Command.
Commander's reading you.
We have arrived at the designated location.
What is it like?
Sorry, Command. I don't quite follow.
The location? Tell me what you see.
Looks like ruins of a school that has been hit by a large explosive. Possibly an airstrike. Maybe artillery fire.
Can you traverse the ruins?
Affirmative. But the damage is catastrophic. Are you sure the target is around?
Absolutely. Move in and keep me posted at all times. Describe to me everything you see.
Okay.
Understood. Echo Squad, move in. Entering primary hallway now. The hallway has been severely damaged. You can see the sky right through multiple stories. Some parts are completely caved in. Proceed with caution, Echo Squad. The damage definitely originated some time ago. There's vegetation spreading all over the place.
6 years ago.
There are some adjacent rooms that seem rather intact. Echo 2, Echo 4, clear them. Rooms are clear. Lots of bags lying around. There are still some geometrical drawings on the chalkboard. The place was clearly left in a hurry. Moving into the next corridor. There's... Oh, shit!
What is it?
Part of the ceiling gave way. Nearly hit one of our operatives. Status, Echo Squad. Dust off.
Ugh. Can you proceed?
Affirmative.
Do it.
Roger. Moving on now.
Sorry about that breathing. Might be annoying.
Status?
All clear. No traces of the target. Some doors are blocked by debris, but there's zero chance they have been opened recently.
Listen, I need you to find the target person. He is around.
There's a basement stairwell that we haven't checked yet. Moving there now. Watch your corners, Echo Squad. Not much left here either. The projectile went right through half the building like a hot knife through butter. Hate to say it, but we may be out of luck. Wait, found something. There's a hatch leading further down. Looks used recently.
Finally, proceed.
Affirmative. This is the school's library, still intact. Someone put a lot of effort into turning this into some sort of autonomous bomb shelter. And they succeeded. Even the power is still on. From what I can tell, this thing even has working surveillance cams on the walls.
Huh. Peculiar. Maybe Bakay is able to use them. Proceed with caution.
Definitely wouldn't want to. Movement! Get down! Get down! Echo Squad, contain the target!
It's the target. It has to be.
Okay.
Oleg
That's what it
McKay, we know you're here. There is no way out of this shelter. Throw your weapons into the middle of the room and come out from your position with your hands on your head. Visual on target. Identity confirmed. It is Oleg McKay. Your order.
Do not.
Bakay has been proven to be a traitor to the office. He is a liability as long as he is alive. Terminate him.
No, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Do not kill him.
Report in.
Target down. Oleg McKay is dead.
Very well. Mission accomplished. Make sure the area is secure, then disengage.
You idiots!
Understood. Echo Squad, move out.
You absolute idiots! Do you know? He's now dead, isn't he? Is there any way I could have changed that? Why hadn't uploaded that? Oh god, I feel like I could have. Sorry if I shocked you there. Bakay and Data and Orwell just by extension, even you cannot tolerate that. I would have warned you beforehand, but I feared you have second thoughts. You must not be hindered by emotions. If you took him alive, you could have asked who he's working for, you idiots! You will learn what it means to be a part of the office. Take this the first time with time you will. What's this bastard, the people's voice, Raban Vhart is streaming right now. You need to see this. The government of the nation is lying to you.
My dear followers, yes, this is exactly what you think it is. I found Oleg Bakay. What you see before you is an image obtained from a surveillance camera feed from the ruins of my old school, showing him among soldiers of the nation. These highly trained professionals cowardly shot him, a soldier in service of the Pargesian army while he was hiding away from them. Now, as shocking as that image may be to you, the heinous nature of the national government is laid bare before you. Through their propaganda machine called the National Beholder, they dared to make their false allegations against me and the people's voice as a whole. They claimed I'd be responsible for Bakay's disappearance, when it was them all along. But why would they murder a fellow soldier when President Kassat and Prime Minister Blaine are such close friends, you might ask? Oleg Bakay was the person responsible for the attack on Prava Secondary, the school I have been principal of a long time ago. And they knew it. They knew the moment he'd turn up dead, everyone would blame me. They took a life, only to shut me up once and for all. But the people's voice cannot be silenced. So what is there to do for you, my dear followers, against the oppressive force of the national government and the Kassat regime? Do not listen to their corrupt and manipulative media outlets. Do not fail to remind Kassat what has transpired here today. Do not let them sweep this under the carpet, to pass the buck, to influence you with such outrageously false information, to take a life to manipulate your thoughts. Or you may be next. Stand up for your rights and resist Kassat. Resist Blaine. Let's retake our country from President Puppet.
How the hell did that happen? Where did he get this pit? Oh, no, the surveillance cameras! God damn, this will have severe repercussions, I fear. We'll have some more containment to do. Even though we are facing a lot of trouble, you've done well. For now, you may complete your work for today. Click on the door icon in the upper right corner of your screen. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Yes, log out. Based on the data you submit, we've learned the following. Missing agent, our agent Bouquet has gone missing. The online newspaper The National Beholder has received a recording of a telephone call between him and Raban Vhart right before his vanishing. The officers are in field and look for Oleg Bouquet with the aid of Orwell. After having located Oleg Bouquet, we sent an information team to retrieve him. He was located in the ruins of the private secondary school. Raban Vhart released a photo of our information team's actions taken through a surveillance camera on the People's Voice and blamed the nation of eliminating a Pargesian officer. He was the last person Oleg Bouquet spoke to before vanishing. He's the editor-in-chief of a news site called The People's Voice. He's responsible for current protests against Pargesian President Demjan Kars in the capital Trevlev. He seemed unhappy with Oleg Bouquet's disappearance. He immigrated to the nation together with Illya Vhart, his brother, some time ago. He blames Oleg Bouquet for attack on the school he was principal of. By hurling them to the school centre, he saved the students from an attack. Though a viral article telling his story, he became revered by many followers. He's an officer in the Pargesian army. At the same time, he's also an agent to the Office of the Nation. We tracked him down to a hideout in Prava, his hometown in Parges, as well as an agent was leaked publicly before his vanishing. We evaluated him to be probably disloyal to our cause. According to our research, we concluded that he could not have been involved in the attack on Raban Vhart school. He was killed by the information team on our order. Okay guys, that was eventful. I'm going to leave this episode here. If you liked it and want to see more, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And I've really enjoyed this game. Like, this is one of the most enjoyable games I've ever played. Well, apart from Subnautica. So yes, like I said, if you want to see more, you know what to do. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.